Hi, sir. This is Deekushi from ITA, and my roll number is 37. And my topic for Tech Talk is evolution of Wi-Fi protected access security challenges. Introduction to Wi-Fi security. In today's digital landscape, securing Wi-Fi networks is crucial as they connect numerous devices in homes, offices, and public spaces. Historically, early wireless security measures like wired equivalent privacy aimed to provide a level of security comparable to wired networks. However, they were fundamentally flawed and vulnerable to attacks. The transition to more robust protocols such as Wi-Fi protected access 2 and the latest WPA 3 was necessary to address these vulnerabilities. As wireless networks are inherently more susceptible to threats like eavesdropping, man in the middle attacks, and rogue access points, implementing strong security measures is essential for protecting sensitive data and ensuring the integrity and privacy of communications in an increasingly connected world. So this is how generally attacks happen: internet and wireless attacks. Wi-Fi security protocols overview. So Wi-Fi security protocols are essential for protecting wireless networks for unauthorized accesses and ensuring data integrity and confidentiality. The evolution of these protocols reflects the growing need for stronger security measures to combat energy threats and emerging threats. First one is wired equivalent privacy, that is WEP, which was introduced in the 1997, was the first security protocol for wireless networks designed to provide a level of security comparable to wired networks. However, it employed weak encryption methods and static keys, making it vulnerable to various attacks, including key cracking. Next is Wi-Fi Protected Access, that is WPA, which was launched in the year 2003 as a response to WEP's vulnerabilities. WP introduced the Temporal Key Integrity Protocol for dynamic key management and message integrity check to prevent data tampering. Although WP improved security, it still had limitations, particularly regarding its vulnerability to dictionary attacks. So the next one was Wi-Fi Protected Access 2, that is WPA2, which was released in the year 2004, became the standard for Wi-Fi security and mandated the use of advanced encryption standard for stronger encryption. It addressed many of the weaknesses of its predecessors, but was still susceptible to attacks like the key reinstallation attack. So, to overcome this attack, we have come up with WPA3, which was introduced in the year 2018. It aims to enhance security further by incorporating features such as simultaneous authentication of equals, which provides other protection against password guessing attacks. WPA3 also offers improved security for open networks and ensures forced secrecy, making it a robust choice for modern wireless communications. Each protocol in the Wi Fi security evolution reflects a response to the vulnerabilities identified in earlier versions, underscoring the ongoing need for vigilance and adaptation in securing wireless networks against increasingly sophisticated threats. So, Wi Fi security protocols, the first one was WEP, Wired Equivalent Privacy. The second one was Wi Fi Protected Access, WPA. Third one is WPA2. Third one is WPA3. Wired Equivalent Privacy. Wired Equivalent Privacy was the first security protocol designed to protect wireless local area networks, introduced in 1997 as a part of IEEE 802.11 standard. It aimed to provide a level of security comparably to that of wired networks by utilizing either 40-bit or 104-bit encryption keys to encrypt data transmitted over the air. Additionally, WEP employed a cyclic redundancy check to ensure data integrity. However, it is severely flawed. Its use of static keys makes it vulnerable to brute force attacks, allowing attackers to crack the encryption and gain unauthorized access to the frameworks. The protocol weakness also permits replay attacks as it lacks robust mechanism to prevent intercept packets from being reused. Due to these critical vulnerabilities, WP is no longer considered secure and has been phased out in favor of more robust protocols like WPA, WPA2, and other strong encryption and dynamic key managements. So this is how the attack takes place. Next is transition to Wi-Fi protected access. So the transition to Wi-Fi protected access, that is WPA, was done in 2003, marked a significant improvement in wireless security, addressing the vulnerabilities of wired equivalent privacy developed by the Wi-Fi Alliance. WPA implemented the temporal key integrity protocol, which dynamically generated new encryption keys for each data packet, thereby mitigating the static key issue that WEP faced. This innovation made it considerably more difficult for attackers to intercept and decrypt sensitive data. Additionally, WPA introduced a message integrity check to protect against unauthorized alterations of transmitted packets. However, WPA still had vulnerabilities such as susceptibility to dictionary attacks. So, overall, WPA served as a critical stepping stone towards stronger security measures, ultimately leading to the development of WPA2, which employed an advanced encryption standard for enhanced protection. So this is the evolution cycle. In 1997, it was WEP. In 2002, WPA. In 2004, WPA2. And in 2018, WPA3. The WPA2, the standardization. Wi-Fi Protocol Access 2 was introduced in 2004 as the mandatory security protocol for Wi-Fi networks, marking a significant advancement in wireless security. Building on its predecessor, WPA2 implemented the advanced encryption standard for encryption, replacing the lesser secure temporal key integrity protocol. This shift provided a much higher level of security due to AES complex algorithms and longer key lengths, making it significantly more resistant to various attacks. WPA2 also incorporated counter mode with cipher block chaining, message authentication code protocol, ensuring both data confidentiality and integrity. Despite these enhancements, WPA2 is not without vulnerabilities. In 2017, a critical flaw known as the key reinstallation attack was discovered, which exploited the weakness in the four-way handshake process, allowing attackers to decrypt data to transit. This incident underscored the importance of regularly updating security protocols and firmware to maintain a secure wireless environment. Overall, WPA2 established a crucial standard for wireless security, providing robust protections while highlighting the ongoing challenges in securing wireless communications against evolving threats. WPA3, the latest evaluation, introduced in the year 2018, represents the latest advancements in wireless security, enhancing protection against vulnerabilities found in its predecessors, WPA and WPA2. One of its key features is simultaneous authentication of equals, which improves password based authentication and mitigates the risk of offline dictionary attacks, making it much harder for the attackers to guess passwords. Additionally, WPA3 enhances security for open networks through opportunistic wireless encryption, which encrypts data without requiring a password, thereby protecting users from eavesdropping. It also incorporates forward secrecy to ensure the session keys remain confidential even if a long term key is compromised. Along with the simplified onboarding for new devices via Wi Fi Easy Connect, while WPA3 marks a significant step forward in securing wireless communication, challenges remain regarding its adoption and compatibility with existing devices. So this is how it takes place. Release years are 1997, 2003, 4 and 18. Encryption uses RC4. Here in WPA it is TKIP and here it is AES and here it is AES GCMP. Session key is the length is 64 to 128 bits, 128 bits, 128 bits, 128 to 256 bits. Level of security very low, low, moderate, high. Key security challenges. Weak encryption and reliance on static keys made WEP vulnerable to interception and decryption, easily compromised through simple attacks, leading to widespread recognition of its inadequacy. Introduction to TKIP for dynamic key management improved security in WPA, but vulnerabilities such as susceptibility to dictionary attacks remain. WPA highlighted the need for more robust authentication and encryption methods. WPA2 utilized advanced encryption and CCMP, significantly enhancing security. Vulnerability discovered in 2017, that is, key reinstallation attack, exploited weakness in the four-way handshake, exposing transmitted data. WPA3 introduced features like simultaneous authentication of equals and forward secrecy, improving overall security. Adoption challenges for WPA3 due to compatible issues with older devices and the need for infrastructure upgrades. Continuous evolution of wireless technologies presents new security threats, necessitating regular updates and improvements to protocols. Emphasis on vigilance and proactive measures to counter emerging vulnerabilities in Wi Fi security. Current threat and landscape, increasing sophistication of cyber attacks targeting Wi Fi networks, including advanced persistent threats, APTs, and targeted phishing attacks, risking incidents of credential theft, where attackers exploit weak passwords or use social engineering to gain unauthorized access. Growing prevalence of fraud access points that mimic legitimate networks, leading to man in the middle attacks. Vulnerabilities to Internet of Things devices that often connect Wi Fi networks, creating potential entry point for attackers. The rise of Wi Fi eavesdropping, where attackers intercept data packets transmitted over unsecured or poorly secured networks. Exploitation of outdated security protocols, increased use of automated tools and script by attackers to perform network scanning and exploiting the known vulnerabilities. Threats from public Wi Fi networks, where users are at risk of data theft and exposure due to insecure connections. Growing concern over data privacy regulations and compliance issues, as breaches can lead to significant legal and financial repercussions. The emergence of new security threats as technology evolves necessitates continuous monitoring and adoption of security measures. So, what are the best practices? Use of WPA3 encryptions, regular update the firmware of Wi-Fi routers and access points to protect against known vulnerabilities, change default usernames and passwords for routers and access points to unique, strong credentials, implement a strong, complex passwords for Wi-Fi networks, avoiding common phrases or easily guessable information, enable network firewalls and configure security settings to restrict access to unauthorized devices, disable broadcasting of the network name to make the network less visible to potential attackers. So 5 ways to secure Wi-Fi networks is use encryption methods, activate router fire1, protect service set identifier, utilize virtual private networks, and deploy wireless security softwares. So use a guest network for visitors to keep the main network secure. Regularly monitor connected devices and network traffic. Enable MAC address filtering to restrict access to the network. Educate users, adapt the risk of public Wi-Fi and importance of using virtual private networks. Disable WPS to prevent vulnerabilities. Regularly review and update security policies and practices. So, software update, enable WPA3 encryptions, change the default SSID and password, use strong password, limit administration and usage access, disable WPS, enable MAC filtering and network separation. So, these are the techniques used for securing your Wi Fi from different cyber threats. So, coming to future trends, increased adoption of WPA3, enhanced focusing on securing Internet of Things, integration of artificial intelligence, greater emphasis on network segmentation, adoption of cloud-based security solutions, implementation of zero trust security models, and increased use of biometric authentication. Coming to the conclusion, in conclusion, the evolution of Wi-Fi security protocols reflects the ongoing need to address emerging threats and vulnerabilities in an increasingly connected world. From the weakness of WEP to the advancements seen in WPA3, each iteration has brought improvements that enhance data protection, user privacy. As cyber threats become more sophisticated, it is essential for organizations and individuals to adopt best practices for securing their Wi Fi networks, including using strong encryption methods, updating firmware regularly, and updating robust access controls. Looking ahead, the focus will continue to shift towards integrating advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, securing IoT devices, shift towards integrating advanced technologies like zero trust security models, and etc. By staying proactive and informed about the latest trends and practices in Wi Fi security, user can better protect their networks from potential breaches and ensure safer connectivity for all. Thank you so much.